guys, it's coffee time. I picked that up very strangely. I picked it up like this and then was like, what are we doing? Hi, how are you? I had a pretty great day. I had one of those days where a lot of ridiculous things happened, but overall it was a good day. So I guess that's the best form of ridiculous day, really. Let me tell you about the beginning. Let's start there. So I wake up. The cat is purring. He's trying to play with me. He's dropping the ball in my face. I'm throwing the ball. Only in my room, of course, because it would be strange if I was sleeping with the door wide open. And I get up and I think, oh, I want some water. Walk into the kitchen, grab some water. The dog is out, which is strange. Everybody's gone to work. The dog is just running around in the living room. And it's the girl dog who's very skittish. So I think to myself, great, I need to somehow get this dog to trust me enough that I can pick her up and put her back in the kennel. I think that the door latch was just not as secure as it needed to be. I don't want to believe that this dog is attuned to witchcraft and somehow magically opened the door. She's also too frail to pull herself out the way that the other dogs did, so I'm fairly certain she didn't climb it. But it was strange. It was strange to wake up and be like, there's a dog out here, especially when the dogs aren't completely house-trained, so I was frantically looking everywhere to see if she had peed or pooed anywhere, which she hadn't. So good job, Phoenix, that's her name. I know that so many of you think that perhaps these dogs aren't real. I promise you they're real, but you have no proof, so... So really I can't debunk any of you. But anywho, I got her to kind of trust me. Oddly enough, Sherlock Cat walked right up to her and there was no altercation. I think maybe he can sense that she is the least dominant of all of the dogs. She's very, very frail and tentative and scared and very sweet, though. She's the sweetest one out of the three of them. But anyway, I finally, got her in a corner, and she wasn't, freaking out. She was just kind of sitting there. Picked her up and put her in the kennel and pet her a lot and said, good girl, good girl. And then went back into my room and realized that sometime in the middle of the night, Sherlock Cat had tracked poopy paw prints all over my room. Not only on the little carpet and the hardwood, but also on my bed, which is fantastic. So I looked at him with disdain that only a mother can have, and decided that I needed to break out the wool light and the Swiffer mop. So I mopped my whole floor. I used the wool light, vacuumed up the wool light. There's one paw print that was really dark that was right outside of the litter box that didn't come out very well. It's strange because sometimes Sherlock Cat just decides he doesn't want to bury his poop. He'll poop, and then, for those of you who've never had cats and don't know anything about cats, cats are very, very easy to house train. They are very easy to litter box train, and for the most part, you don't even have to train them, per se, because they have an instinctive need to bury their poop. So if you show them a litter box, they'll be like, oh, this is a good spot for me to defecate, because things that could eat me won't be able to smell it, right? That's the whole idea. So for the most part, kittens, adult cats, whatever, they will use a litter box unless they are being actively defiant or unless they have some sort of a weird sensibility about it. So every now and then, Sherlock Cat will poop, and he just won't cover it up. He'll just walk out. And those are the times when he winds up with poopy paw prints, and they got all over my room. And I'm like, why are you doing this? And Jeannie was asking me whether or not it had to do with the litter, because I've changed the litter a couple of times because he sneezes so often, and he hasn't been sneezing very much at all with this litter, with the cedar litter. So it's not the litter, because he has done it every now and then with every litter I've had. And I can't figure out if he forgets. I don't know why it happens. I'll just walk over to scoop it, and there's just a poop sitting there with nothing on top of it. It's just hanging out. And then I think, cool, are there poop prints somewhere? Because that would be awesome. So that was how I woke up. Dealt with the dog, dealt with the cat, got dressed, started working on finishing up Q&A, which, by the way, wound up being the bane of my existence today. But we'll get to that. We're going minute by minute, right? So the next thing that is worth any note that happened to me today was I went to TGS and talked with them about their hub. Any of you who watch the TGS hub, you know that they mostly only do news now. So they're trying to do more fun things again like they used to, and so we were talking about different content for the hub and different things that could be happening. So that was a really fun conversation because I've been with TGS since its beginning, and knowing that there were so many really fun big projects that happened and we don't do any of them anymore makes me sad on the inside. So I was excited to hear that they're trying to ramp up the sort of things that they do and trying to really listen to the community and figure out what they want. And it was fun. It was a really good convo. And I also got to go by Rodeo Arcade, and I got to see the first attempt at my Rodeo Arcade thing, and I'm very excited about it. I love it, and I can't wait, and I hope that you guys like it because I am so excited about it. I can't tell you anything more than that, but when it happens, when this drops, it's going to drop loud, and it's going to be amazing. So jacked. So, yes, finished up at TGS, came home. Dogs had not escaped again, thank goodness. And then went into my room, tried to render Q&A. It rendered fine. Tried to upload it, and while it was uploading, I decided, okay, this upload looks like it's going to take a while, so while it's uploading, I'm going to look over the file again, the actual finished video file, and make sure everything is okay in it. So something you should know about Vegas versus Premiere is that with Sony Vegas, when you have a title or a text card, you can do Control-C or copy, and then paste it somewhere, and it will ask you whether or not you want it to be an independent copy or if it wants to be linked to the first one, i.e., do you want to be able to edit this new one and have it affect the old one or not? Are they separate? So Premiere doesn't do that. You just copy and then paste, and it doesn't ask anything. Turns out that when you copy-paste and then do anything to the pasted one, it affects all of the other ones. So I didn't realize this, and I have a graphic that I'm doing every time I read a question where it comes up with the question and then the name of the person who asked the question. So you might be able to see where this is going. So it turned out that all of the questions were the very last question because that was the last one I had edited. So I went back in there and changed all of that. That was obviously my bad. That had nothing to do with the program. The program was working fine. I figured out what I needed to do and how to do it. But anywho, so I went in and changed all of that, learned a few things, and then re-rendered. And while the re-rendering was happening, I was on MangaPod, and we talked about Isle Generation Basket, and that's a very good manga. If you are somebody who really loved Kuroko, but also loves slice of life, that should be a genre. If you also love slice of life stuff, you will probably like Isle Generation Basket. It's less about the basketball and more about the people. So it's interesting. It's much more honest and genuine. There are no special powers or abilities. It's just about people who love to play basketball that find each other. So it's fun. We really liked it. We're excited to read the rest of it. And now I'm trying to upload the Q&A, and it is saying that it's going to take 274 minutes to complete. That feels a little too long to me, and it makes me wonder now if I did something else wrong, if there was a setting in Premiere that was wrong, but I don't know, I can't figure it out, because even Blood Bowl, I rendered Blood Bowl with the exact same settings, and, or did I? Did I do Blood Bowl in Vegas? Oh, I might have done Blood Bowl in Vegas. Shoot. I haven't changed the settings. It's the same settings I use for news. The Q&A is 15 minutes long versus 5 minutes long, but the 5-minute long news videos take 15 to 20 minutes to upload, and this is saying it's going to take 274 at 15 minutes? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm worried that something else got messed up in there. I'm going to try restarting. I'm going to upload this, and then I'm going to try restarting, and then we're going to try to upload it again. And if if anything, I'm going to just try uploading it and leave it overnight and see what happens. So sorry about that, but I swear it's done. It's a thing. It's just having trouble going up, and this is one of the things that I'm sure people always have problems with when they switch editing programs. They wind up getting confused and doing things wrong for a while, but I'm really liking switching over to Premiere. So I know that it's good in the long run. There's just these frustrating moments where I'm like, no, I know how to do this in Vegas, dang it! So, but worth it. It's worth it. Anywho, I'm gonna go upload this and then restart and wish me luck with Q&A, and otherwise I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye bye. Mwah!